Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tommy here, and I'm a black Latino trans man living in Florida. So it has come to my attention that my videos, my girlfriend's opinion, are a little like dry because it's very hard to see my personality. She thinks I'm a lot more fun, and I am. I guess when I'm talking about things that are very serious to me, I try to sound, well, serious. So I'm going to try to stay a little lighthearted while I tell you the things that are going on at the current moment. So, things that are going on at the current moment. Politically, I am happy to see the shift, and even some of DeSantis's attacks on the trans community down here, well, excuse me, he's been kind of losing in court, you know, and so there's been some good news and just to like, how can I say, like, some hope, right? People are feeling a little more better, or feeling better about what's going on. I am, however, I stay vigilant because I already know how things can change just like this, you know, and again, our favorite guy, Trump, is now attacking the trans community again and making like a big deal out of nothing. So why I say it's a big deal, because there are like 44 billion people in the US, or I think are just in Florida alone. I don't even know the number. All I know is that we're only 1 to 2% of the population, right? So 1 to 2% of the population that really has no real political power. We just have allies that protect us, but we haven't changed anything about the scheme. We're just saying, hey, we're here, you know, and this is how we exist, this is how we would like to exist. And so I do find that it's an over-exaggeration of the impact that trans people have. And I also think it's kind of stupid, because if you think about it, the idea of being trans is also the idea of being free from ideologies that make you have a program to follow, right? I think one of the cool things about being trans, at least something that I have happened to enjoy, was I got to choose what type of man I was going to be. And I think I'm a bit traditional and also very progressive, and I'm sort of the mix of the two. But I chose to be the type of dude that I am in terms of like how I was going to show up in the world. And I think that's great. I also think that some people are just used to their programming and they don't want to get out of the matrix. So, yeah, so here we go. We gotta deal with that shit. So, personally, what's going on with me, you know, still a long time without tea. So what's happened? I finally got my calories kind of worked out, and I am no longer 212 pounds, which is kind of sad in some senses, because I did work a long time to get up to a formidable weight. The first time that I ever competed, I got down to 145 pounds, and I was like, never again. And so right now I'm pushing I'm in the higher 180s, early 190s. And honestly, I don't know if I have the heart in me to ever take the journey of bulking and like trying to get up. You know, I'm trying to open my mind to different ways to get fit, different ways to train, different ways to eat. I was talking to a colleague of mine, and I was like, you know what, I'm a little bored, because bodybuilding is very repetitive. Like, you know, back day, you have certain back exercises that work for you, and others don't really do that. So that has also been a thing. I've been having to deal with a lot of gender dysphoria, and I realized that I do have some PTSD that I didn't think I had. You know, so, you know, what can you do? What can you do? You just gotta keep moving one foot in front of the other. I'm just taking this year that I'm off T as a year of self-discovery, and I'm trying to be really, really patient. But there's been many times where I've called my girlfriend and been like, I don't know if I could do this. You know, especially when you're working in fitness, because people in fitness have a certain idea of what a trainer should look like, not realizing that not every trainer goes in to be a bodybuilder or someone who's an athlete. Some trainers are just people who got in better shape, lost weight, decided they wanted to help others do the same. Some of us, we go through things in life too where you gain weight, you lose weight. I have the type of body type that it takes a long time for me to realize that I've gained a lot of weight because I distribute my weight pretty evenly. And in order to stay ripped, right, stay under 12% body fat for my type, that's hard. And that not hard because it's hard, but hard because, I'm starving most of the time. And I like to eat. So I do take diet breaks, and I do take, some time where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna stress myself. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this, but I take a more trauma-informed approach when I approach my fitness, because when you get too focused on the aesthetic part of fitness, it can cause mental issues. And I already competed, and I know that most people that have competed in bodybuilding and been on the bodybuilding stage have some level of body distortion image, body dysmorphia, or a tad bit of disordered eating. And I am not I'm not immune to that. So those are the things that are going on, and still trying to be the man of two houses is also very, very hard. I don't know if I said this in another video, but I started my online personal training business. I started working on that, and so I am gonna reopen that soon. And, this is my channel, so I'll let you know what's going on with that very soon. We're gonna be taking a more holistic approach to training, so it's not gonna be this drill sergeant type of deal. No, it's gonna be mind, body, soul, right? Sustainable nutrition, mindfulness techniques, especially now that I've been practicing a lot of that to keep my mental health, to keep healthy, not only physically but mentally and spiritually as well. I've been really doing a lot because now that I'm not on T, I'm very vigilant of how my mood is at lulls and why I'm feeling that way, and how that prevents me sometimes from really doing the things that I know that I have the capacity to do. And that's important, man. That's important. It's important to keep your mental health, why, especially if you're on a fitness journey. If you're on a fitness journey, the first thing to go can really be your mental health. And I'll tell you why. Not so much because of the serotonin and all the other stuff that happens, but it's the way people treat you and the way society treats you. When you are of a thinner frame, or when you are a muscular frame, you get a certain level of respect from people and certain level of attraction and whatever. And there are two reactions to that. There could be a reaction where you appreciate it, but it stays where it stays. And then there's another reaction where, it starts to fulfill yourself and your own self-value based on what other people are saying about you. And then let's say, for God, sakes, that you lose it somehow. You either get sick or whatever happens, you just lose it. You're no longer at this great body. And then you see how people treat you afterwards. And that does cause it can really hit you in the gut. Been there, done that, so I can tell you from personal experience. Even with my business, it sucks that right now I'm in a particular journey, and people don't really know that, right? And so their expectation is for me to be big and jacked and super, super ripped. And that takes a lot of time, especially when you don't have the help, right? You don't have the help, and you are in your late 40s. So it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means I have to go about it a different way. But it does affect me a lot, and I do talk about it a lot because it affects me a lot. It affects me more than I would like it to affect me. But I'm keeping my head above water. So far, so good. Really learning the technique. So I wanted to tell you this too, before I go, because the video is already getting a little too long, it's a little worrying. But I have discovered a new morning meditation, the new morning routine. It's really helping me. So, and I want to share it with you because it could help you. You know that as people who are trans and queer community, we get a lot of negative messages from people just based on who we love and how we express ourselves, you know, and I've gotten some of those messages since I was like 7 years old. So imagine from 7 to 46, people constantly telling you that, you know, you're going to hell, or, you know, God doesn't love you, or, you know, you're a shitty person because of who you love. And I've also had racial things. And those things stay up in your subconscious mind, and they eat at you, right? So you have to literally retrain your mind to start thinking healthy thoughts. And the best way to attack that is in the first 30 minutes of the day. So I wake up. Of course, I have to go use the bathroom. So I go use the bathroom, I come right back to bed for a second. I lay down for at least 10 minutes, and I do either a guided meditation, or I'll have the meditation music, my timer, and I'll focus on my breathing. And while I'm focusing on my breathing, I will also focus on how I want my day to go, how I want my life to go, with the things I want to attract within my world, right? Because if I can see those things mentally, I can bring them to fruition. Then I don't stop there. I keep my headphones on and I listen to like cool affirmations. There's a bunch on YouTube. They're free, and you don't have to get all these like woo-woo ones. There's affirmations that don't sound so woo-woo. There's fitness affirmations, weight loss affirmations, affirmations for a positive day. And after I'm done doing that, because I wake up pretty early, so I can make myself a good breakfast, and I'll listen to a cool audiobook. I also do that. And I recommend that you do that as well. So at least for the first half an hour to hour of my day, it's like this positivity rush, right? This waterfall of positivity to balance out the negative monkey mind. If I'm really having a bad day, I'll do that twice a day, you know, because you just need to reset. But I would encourage you guys to do the same, especially now. There's been a lot of hate and unnecessary violence been thrown at us. And you really got to take care of yourself before you take care of other people. And that's just the way life is. What can we do about it? Anyway, I hope you have the best day ever. Mad love, and I'll see you later.